But talk to me about Parkersburg, Virginia, where you're from, and your upbringing. How was your upbringing in Parkersburg?
So, all right, I'm from Parkersburg, my hometown, Parkersburg, West Virginia. I grew up, born and raised there, went to high school, PHS, and it's where I learned, that's where I got started my running career. I ran in middle school, and then in high school, I was one of the topper guys, one of the better guys on the team, and I tried to encourage more guys, more athletes from the younger age going into high school, going from middle school to high school. Almost kind of like recruiting new guys. Try to do what we're doing now at the college level with how we're going about everything now. I wanted to make sure our team in high school was very successful, and I did everything I could from what I could do myself and trying to motivate others so that we could, accomplish our goals and do well in the state of West Virginia. And running in the state of West Virginia isn't as crazy as other places like you would see like in Ohio or out west. You have California schools. California kids are crazy. But for what we had and the environment that we were giving, I was very motivated in trying to take advantage and make sure we're all, cohesive and working together.
Definitely. I think that's major, not just you being focused on yourself or your teammates being focused on their own craft, but you guys working on your craft individually and just team bonding, building. Like, definitely, I keep flashing back to last year in our suite. You guys would have movie nights so much. Like, I would always think like this has to be a close-knit team, and you guys are definitely elite. So I think that plays a part in it. So I'm happy to see all of you guys' hard work and time pay off, and I'm ready for it this year for sure.
I'd like to credit the coaches I've had along the way, coaches I had in high school and the coaches I have now. They really instilled that motivation and that instilled that what it takes to be great type of mentality, and I really do appreciate them along the way. They really guided me to where I'm at today.
How did you get introduced to distance running and track in the first place? Like, what was your first introduction, first memory as far as running goes?
Middle school, I came into a new area. I transferred to a different middle school going into middle school. And, I did track when I was in, I liked to run a little bit. It was something to get me started. I didn't really care for any other sports. I did soccer a little bit here and there, but running was an easy way for me to try to meet new people. And in middle school, 6th grade me, I joined the cross country team at this middle school that really motivated me. I had a deep motivation to try to try to be the best, try to beat everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And little me wanted to race everybody all the time. I caught up onto that, and actually, I guess I showed a little bit of talent in it, and I kept with it. And a couple years later, I ended up doing well. I was like county champ in some of the races back in track. I love track more than cross. So when track came around, that was my go-to. That was my favorite type of year. A little bit shorter distance type of races, and that led me more into why I like to run so much now. And getting into high school, I met some new coaches that really were into the sport and taught me a lot of things I didn't know about. I just middle school me, I just ran. I didn't know anything about running. They give us workouts once in a while, and here, do this loop. And by the time I got to high school, things got a little bit more serious. And then obviously 4 more years later in college, it's taken to us going to Flagstaff training. The sciences behind it, literally every little thing that goes into the human body and the physical demands it takes to perform at the best, at the highest level. I'm literally doing workouts and training and seeing these guys that run in the Olympics, run for for different professional teams, and it's so fun. Looking back on it now and the progress I've made and what I've learned going into the sport, and then we'll get into more of what I've learned in Flagstaff, but yeah.
Definitely.